Milky toner, how does it compare to Celimax? How does it compare to the Rhode one that is a little expensive? We're going to talk about it because I got my hands on this. I have been trying it out and I have a lot of thoughts, opinions, and of course a breakdown of the ingredients, how they compare to the others, and what you may be getting from this that the others don't offer and what this might miss. So first of all, do you even need a Milky toner to begin with? Maybe you would find it useful in your routine, maybe not. Milky toners do offer a nice amount of hydration. I have found that I can get away with using a Milky toner in my nighttime skincare routine, for example, as really my only moisturizer aside from tretinoin cream, which is pretty moisturizing. I also find that the Milky toners work really well in the morning to my skin, either after cleansing if I choose to cleanse that morning, or if I choose to skip cleansing to a dry face, putting the Milky toner on, allowing it to absorb, dry down so my face is no longer wet from the product, and then putting sunscreen on over. I find that's a really nice pairing for hydration, plumpness, smooth, happy skin. I shave my upper lip, some of the peach fuzz around my jawline, maybe every 6 weeks or so. And I find that afterwards, a Milky toner applied on is a nice lightweight hydration to soothe the barrier and cut down on shave irritation. So if I were in the habit of needing to shave my face every day, yeah, I would really like to use a Milky toner based on my experience using them as a quote-unquote aftershave. Are these the only products that do this type of thing? Must it be a Milky toner? Is there even milk in these? No, they're just kind of opaque in coloration, so they get that name Milky. They're a little creamier, we'll say. A fluid, clear, colorless hydrating toner would achieve these same things. But I personally have really enjoyed the Milky toners, okay? Byoma, you guys know I really have enjoyed their phytomucin serum. Y'all told me I needed to try their hydrating Milky toner, and it has been an enjoyable product for me. What does it have in it? It has ceramides, as do all of the Milky toners that we're going to compare it to. Ceramides are lipids found in skin's outermost layer, and it can be beneficial to apply them onto your skin because there's some thought that doing so helps your skin barrier, sees those product ceramides and thinks, oh, let's get to making our own skin barrier components and can really help with barrier issues. This product though has one of my favorite ingredients of all time. In fact, it's what is in their phytomucin serum that I have come to rather enjoy, and that is polyglutamic acid. Polyglutamic acid is very hydrating. It helps improve water content, and if you're not aware, improving water content in your skin really helps out a variety of, we'll say, cosmetic concern parameters like dull skin, flaky skin, uneven skin tone, because it really helps the skin barrier turn over more efficiently, cutting down on the need to, in many cases, even use an exfoliant. But polyglutamic acid really brings something a little bit additional to the table, in that it also kind of creates this veil on the skin to help reduce water loss. And as someone who has found over the years of trying these out that I can often get away with just using the Milky toner and not like a rich cream on top to lock everything in. Mind you, I am using a rich cream on top to lock everything in my nighttime routine, and that is tretinoin cream. I am using a rich cream to lock it all in after it's dried in the morning routine, and that is my sunscreen, which is a moisturizer. But to say, I do find that this really helps keep the skin moisturized. I think it's a good option for those of you who have oily skin, maybe more combination skin. You benefit from using a moisturizer, but you don't want like a full-on heavy cream or a lotion. Even lightweight gels sometimes for you feel a little bit too over the top, unnecessary. You might get along well with a Milky toner. They're kind of nice too, like when you wake up, if you're not going to wash your face, they're kind of nice to just kind of perk up your skin a bit, because when you rinse the skin in the morning as part of your morning routine, it does kind of hydrate it up a bit, and that can improve dull skin. But if you're dealing with dry skin sensitivity issues, and you've been told by me or by whomever that maybe you want to consider dialing back and not washing your face in the morning to help that out, but you still want that little perk me up, then you might find that a Milky toner is kind of a nice balance between the benefits that you saw for yourself from washing your face without barrier issues. It's not just the polyglutamic acid. This also has beta-glucan, another very hydrating ingredient, and it's got gluconolactone, and it has panthenol and sodium hyaluronate. A note about this, as well as the other products that I will be comparing it to later on in the video, there's no niacinamide. Niacinamide, I adore. Wonderful. I really get along well with it. It offers many benefits. Okay, well-established benefits, not just like the brands are saying this, but what is this? Yeah, actual real clinical benefits in actual clinical patients. So I love niacinamide, but some people are like, enough with the niacinamide. It burns me, it stings me, I don't get along with it, I'm already using it, I don't need another niacinamide. So this doesn't have any niacinamide. There's also Centella asiatica extract in this, which is a botanic extract that has compounds in it that are soothing, that are anti-inflammatory, that help with oxidative stress, which can be great in the morning because you're going to put your sunscreen on over, you're inevitably going to have some environmental exposures that day that may create a lot of oxidative stress, damage proteins, lipids, DNA in your skin cells, contribute to premature skin aging, skin irritation. So having that little Cica on board may help you out. And then again, at nighttime may also help you out for recovery, healing, reducing the burden of damage, which can still go on as you sleep. This product has a very thin texture. This one, as well as the others, are fragrance-free. Price point is really good. This is the least expensive Milky toner of these three that I'm going to be talking about. It is $14.99. And it's pretty accessible. Like, you can buy it in store easily here in the US, and you can order it on Amazon if you want to. A variety of retailers sell it. It's accessible. Whereas the others can be a little hard to just run out and pick up. However, I do find that this one is a little bit different as far as the texture, and for me personally, that actually has made a bit of a difference as far as me just liking it overall. It's a little thinner, and if this were my first Milky toner, I'd say this is nice, this works well, this is good, this does what it's supposed to do, but it's not like a must-have holy grail. Whereas the next product I have finished up and I have repurchased and I really felt like was a lot more wow worthy, and that is the Celimax Dual Barrier Creamy Toner. Now this is a Korean Milky toner, $19.80, so a bit more expensive, but not like a huge jump. This, again, ceramides, like all of these, macadamia seed oil, an emollient, which I think gives this a little bit more something, a little bit more richness to the overall formula, a little bit more something for just smoothing the surface through that emollient effect, I'm assuming. But there's no polyglutamic acid in it. It does, however, have this new jazzy ingredient, which may or may not do much, okay? Heptasodium hexacarboxymethyl dipeptide 12. Trademark name of that is Aquatide. This is a peptide that was developed in Korea, and it has a lot of hype behind it. It got some awards, and it's a really interesting peptide in that it's thought to stimulate SIRT1, which is implicated in longevity pathways, and importantly in the process known as autophagy, which is literally, kind of self-eating, a way in which the cells in your body recycle things or kind of, get out of the way, if you will. It's a pathway that's important in healing and recovery. I found, though, that the assumption that, if we have this peptide that in cells in a dish binds to this receptor and triggers these pathways that we know to be good in the human body, then just putting it on the skin will surely achieve the same exact thing, and there'll be no off-target. Like, I just find that the connection between cells in a dish with the peptide and jumping all the way to, this is going to be beneficial in humans, it's a huge leap. Now, mind you, this peptide, like many peptides, has been shown to reduce transepidermal water loss and to improve water content. So it could just be acting as a humectant. But for me personally, this is just a me thing, may not be relevant to you. The Celimax one, it brings a little bit more to the table as far as the way my skin looks and feels. Just a touch bit more. Like, I'm a bit more impressed with it. And it wasn't something that I really fell in love with the first couple of times that I used it. Only after using it for a couple of weeks, which is why I have really been putting this one through the test, and it just has not yet stepped up to that level. It's still really good. I still have enjoyed it, but I'm telling you guys this because I have repurchased the Celimax one. I don't see myself repurchasing this one per se. I much prefer their phytomucin serum with polyglutamic acid. There, the polyglutamic acid, I really feel like is really stepping up in that product, whereas here, I think it's just kind of in the background, and it's like, are you really there? Are you there? Or are you just phoning in polyglutamic acids? My gateway into these Milky toners, however, which needs to be mentioned, is the Rhode Glazing Milk. This product really, really surprised me because I went in, biased, thinking, oh my god, a celebrity skincare brand, like, right? Like, just what we need. And honestly, this brand has really surprised me, and I have liked pretty much everything except for their lip butters that I have tried. I haven't tried, they have some new pineapple thing. I haven't done that. Okay, I can't speak about the pineapple thing, but their newer barrier butter with polyglutamic acid is so good. It's so good. But elephant in the room, the Rhode Glazing glazing milk is $32, which is getting a little steep for a Milky toner. I don't know. I'm not quite comfortable with $32. Love the $14.99 price point of Byoma, but $32, I mean, that's over double the cost. That's a pricey one. And there's no polyglutamic acid and there's no aquatide in Rhode. It's just a nice ceramide milky fluid. It has magnesium, zinc, and copper, which may benefit the skin as far as cutting down on oxidative stress. Now, it has beta-glucan, which is very hydrating, but without a doubt, I found that the Rhode glazing milk was like wow worthy. Like, I really just felt like it provided this nice, almost soothing film layer onto my skin. Now, as I mentioned, it's a lot easier to go out and buy Byoma. Either you buy it online or you can go into so many retailers here in the US, I should say, sell it. The Celimax one, you have to buy online. You can buy it from Amazon. You can buy it from Stelvana. You can buy it from YesStyle. YesStyle and Stelvana might take you a while to receive the product, but that is another way if you don't want to buy it on Amazon. But it's not going to be easy to just walk into a store and buy the Celimax one here in the US unless you have a shop like Tesso Life, which I took you guys to a few weeks ago. Yeah, isn't that place a paradise of skincare and beauty products? If you have a Tesso Life, or the Abissu store might also have it. I haven't checked like H Mart, but those stores are not as commonly found throughout the US, and you may not have one of those in your area, in which case it could be, you know, almost impossible to just go out and buy the Celimax one. The Rhode one, I don't believe you can go and buy in a store. I think you have to buy it from their website. Now, I know Rhode recently sold to somebody. All of these brands that often start small and then, you know, they get really popular and they don't want to, you know, they want to, it's a lot. So they want to send it off to the big guys. Now, a lot of times when they do that, some corners are cut in formulations and people are like, this is not the same. As soon as this big conglomerate acquired this, it's just not the same. I don't know, you know, hopefully Rhode products that I like stay just as good as, let me know, have you tried this? It's good. It does what it's supposed to do. It hydrates, it moisturizes. But for me, it's just kind of a textural preference thing, and it just doesn't quite pack the same wow factor that the Celimax one or the Rhode one do. The Celimax one is really, really good, and I'm willing to pay a little bit more for that as opposed to, I would not repurchase this, but I have repurchased the Phytomucin Serum, which if you want to know my thoughts on that in detail, you want to see what it looks like, watch the video on the end slate. I review it there. But if you guys like this one, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.